Hey friends, welcome back. Oh my gosh, we have so much happening today. Today's a full moon in Virgo. We have Saturn that just transitioned into Pisces. Fixed signs, you are free from the reign of terror. Just kidding, but I'm not because we was going through it. And just like an overall feel of abundance is just back into the collective. We have more optimism and hope coming through. We have a sense of expansion and compassion coming through. A lot of us are having heart chakra expansions, and we're just seeing ourselves in a more beautiful, understanding, and compassionate light, which is something that I think we've all kind of been holding ourselves or repressing ourselves from because we haven't felt worthy of it. And now spirit has kind of granted us this like sense of you've done the inner work. And this is for my collective that I'm reading for. There are some others out there that may not be even like guiding you towards the inner work, but I think that my collective has been doing the inner work, and you're coming up on the gifts that Saturn in Aquarius, and even more so if you're a Saturn ruled sign. Saturn in Capricorn has kind of gifted you after 6 long years of confusion, stagnancy, and really kind of paving the way to understand your authentic self and expression without holding yourself hostage or imprisoned to who you are, or feeling like, oh, well, they won't like me if I talk like this or if I share this. And it's like you have found your truth, and your truth is now being able to be expressed in a more understanding and beautiful light because you're no longer seeking validation. You're accepting that the right people are coming through for you, and the right people see you, and you don't have to, you know, look for it anymore. You're no longer seeking. So I wanted to just do a reading for this full moon, and I want to do a reading towards Saturn and Pisces and see what we can expect in this next week to 2 weeks now that we've kind of transitioned the energy. Something else we're going to see happen is that Pluto is actually going to move into Aquarius for a short stint, in which we will also have a preview of what the next 20 years will be like after it retrogrades back from Capricorn into Aquarius again in 2024. So this is going to be like it's a huge shift in energy. It's a new dimension that we're living in. It's a new timeline, and it's ultimately a new decision to change the ways in which you are living your life and change the ways in which you are subscribing to, the narrative that you've been fed. A lot of us are ridding ourselves of conditioning, and that's why we've been so intensely healing for the last 3 to 6 years, because the conditioning has literally repressed your idea of what expansion feels and looks like, and it stopped you from ultimately, saying, I deserve this because I've worked for it, and I deserve this because I'm a child of God, and I know that God supports me in all my efforts and the things that I want to do and the things that I feel called to do. So understand that if you've been battling with fear of how people will view you, or if you've been battling with fear of you not having enough money, or you've been battling with fear of just not being enough, you are now being granted the opportunity to expand through taking the first step. You no longer have to sit in fear, and you no longer have to kind of wait and wonder what's next, because you kind of have found faith, and that faith is what is leading you. It's heart led now. It's no longer like your mind is not in control. And there may be moments that you're kind of stepping back into that minefield that's like, but what, how, when, what, where, and spirit's like, listen, I've been with you then, I'll be with you now. And so you're like, okay, I'm just gonna try it, I'm just gonna do it. And it's just like now like a curiosity, it's a playfulness, it's like childlike energy. And yeah, it just feels really good. So I wanted to talk about that and let you guys know that congrats. You're deserving of this. You're deserving of your next chapter. I definitely see a lot of people moving out of the country. I see a lot of people like opening up and tuning into their truths. I see a lot of people receiving their divine partner this season. What else in the next 2 weeks? Seven of Cups. A lot of options are coming in. Maybe you guys have been looking for work for a long time, Now you're seeing all these opportunities flood in and you're like, which way do I go? The Eight of Cups, okay. King of Cups, wow, a lot of emotional fulfillment is coming through for the collective. I feel like this is because a lot of you have gone within and you've actually said, like, this is like, I just know myself. I know myself now, so I know what I deserve. And so I'm not going to just like take any job. I'm not just going to like get in any relationship because it's like I kind of have done the work to know what I like, what I want, what I need, and how to speak up for myself. I feel like there's a lot of throat activations happening right now. um Two of Cups, okay. I am just gonna leave it at that for a minute. Okay, sorry. Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, you guys. Okay, we have the Moon, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Two of Cups. There is so much Cups energy in this like reading right now. We're in Pisces season. You may be met with water sign. I'm getting Cancer in this reading. I'm getting Pisces, maybe Scorpio with the King of Cups, but I'm just getting a lot of emotional energy moving through the collective right now. And it's like emotional fulfillment more so than like emotional like containment or repression. I think a lot of us are kind of like reviewing and looking back on the last like 3 to 6 years, like I've been talking about, of our lives, and we're seeing like, holy crap, we went through it. You know, we got our hearts broken. We thought we were going the right way and ended up lost in the path. And then, you know, we were in the middle of this forest and we're looking around for a way out, and we just sat there and just in so much fear because we were so scared to take that first step. And now you kind of found your way, you kind of found your sense of self. And even though it's not with that friend group that you thought it would be, you know, even though it's like that maid of honor is no longer in your life, or that maid of honor isn't standing next to you, you know, in your wedding, like, you recognize now that that person was never going to really be here for the long term. They weren't going to be a part of the tribe when you decided to have a baby. You know, they weren't going to be here for you when you really needed it. And so, like, a lot of things have, like, left your life. And with that has caused a sense of, like, who am I? You know, because, like I said, we've sought out so much external validation and an external need to stay with things that we felt comfortable with and knew, that we forgot that like ultimately we were holding ourselves back from creating the new path. And so we sat there in that forest thinking that we had to follow a certain path that maybe got kicked over with leaves and stuff. So we don't even know if this is the right path. Instead, we just created our own, and we just followed that North Star. We followed what felt right, and it led us straight to the water, and the water cleansed us of our fears, and the water restored us of our thirst. And, you know, the water, you know, led us to, we followed that water down a path, right? And that led us to the road, and we ended up finding home, okay? And so home, what we thought was home, was within those groups, was what was in that job or what was in that relationship. It actually wasn't. And like now we're alone, but we kind of feel a sense of peace. Like it's an aloneness that's not like, I'm so sad that this person isn't here anymore. It's like, I don't know what's next, but I just believe. I believe in something bigger than this. I believe in something bigger than that relationship. I believe in something bigger than that career path. I believe in something bigger than me. And God is like, yes, that's all I ever asked of you. That's all I ever wanted from you. And so now I'm going to send you this. And I'm going to send you this. And I'm going to. And all these things are flying at you. And you're just grabbing. And it's like, oh my God, yes, this is what I wanted. Yes, this is what I wanted. I deserved this. And you are recognizing that, like, you created your home. Your home has been created through your belief system, because it started up here. It started like, you just started envisioning things. And then those started to manifest into your reality so quickly. And so, like, you thought you were missing out on this party. You thought you were missing out on something big time. And you were like, should I just go back? Like, all these cups have fallen. They're having fun. I don't feel good. And something just kept you there, though. Something kept you here. Maybe it was fear. Maybe it was whatever, but something kept you here, separate from that, because that felt like a distraction. And even though there was a lot happening over here with where you were, if you went back to that, you would have been distracted from something. And so Spirit had to really remind you that to step into this King of Cups energy, to step into this energy of like, I don't have to look. I can just be. I can just be full and happy and, cool. All I have to do is tune into myself. And that delivered you to a partner. That delivered you to a friendship. That delivered you to a career. And maybe within this career, you're meeting a partner, someone who sees you, someone who gets you, someone who views you as an equal. I'm seeing two people like holding hands right now, and I see like a big moon behind them. And it's like you're kind of walking, or maybe it's a sun. Yeah. Did you see that incense just fall? That's insane. But I see two people holding hands, and it's like equality energy. This relationship that's coming in, or it can be a collaboration. I'm hearing this collaboration that's coming in is like King of Cups. It's like good money, good Ten of Pentacles, a new beginning, $1 million idea. It's no longer repressed. It's coming up to be seen, to be felt, to be heard. And I feel like y'all are toasting to something, like you're celebrating something now. You're celebrating the connection, you're celebrating the first step, you're celebrating a sense of, wanting more for yourself. Like that alone is enough, okay? I'm gonna pull some oracle cards. Yeah, I'm gonna pull some oracle cards. I think I'm done with tarot here. This is a new deck I just got, you guys, at a spiritual fair here in Austin. And this woman like sells tarot decks out of her backyard. She's like this really cool Mexican woman. And yeah, she sells tarot decks for like a fraction of the cost. And I felt super called to go there. I'll actually be reading there on Saturday of this week, and I'm really excited. So we're gonna pull from Hidden Worlds. I'm gonna just specifically ask about this Saturn and Pisces energy, because that's what I feel the most drawn to right now. Like it's cool. So actually, we'll do full moon in Virgo first. This will be Saturn and Pisces, and then I'll do full moon in Virgo with the Sacred Rebels Oracle that I have here. Spirit, thank you so much. Oh my God, I didn't even pray, you guys. One sec. Spirit, thank you so much. God, thank you so much. Ancestors, thank you so much. Spirit guides, thank you so much. The benevolent ones, for allowing me to connect with this collective. Thank you for guiding me in my words and allowing me to be a vessel for truth, love, for energy, for light. I just ask that you bring me the most needed message for this collective right now. What is Pisces and Saturn bringing to this collective over the next couple of weeks? What should we expect? That one. Okay, 14, the crystal path. This says mineral spirits, crystal beings. 14 is a 5. There's a lot of change happening amongst this collective. And I think, like I said, you were on one path and then you went to it, like you walked another path. Like, I don't know why, but I really am getting a lot of relationship energy. Like, I just feel like the collective is like, they were in a relationship for a long time, maybe even, and like, they just kept getting hurt, they kept getting played, they just kept getting disappointed, and finally they were like, you know what? I'm done. I'm walking a new path. I also am seeing like butterflies like on your path, like you're walking and like a butterfly flutters right in front of you, or like a bird flies right in front of you. It's something with like flying, and you like see it, like you can't miss it energy. And so it's like those signs that are coming in front of your a gnat just flew right here in front of my face. Um, those signs, don't miss them and actually utilize them because they're trying to communicate. They're trying to communicate something greater. Um, and that, for instance, is saying good luck is coming my way. It's on the path. So pay attention to your path because those are your spirit guides. Those are your intuitive energies that are connecting with you to let you know what's coming next. What else did this Saturn and Pisces bring over this next couple of weeks? What can the collective expect in this March Saturn Pisces energy? I'm just hearing pay attention to the signs. Homeward traveler. What did I say? You guys are following the water home. You found your way home. This is 21, it's 3. It says completion, or it's 21, that equals 3. Completion, reunion, return. Return where? Home. You know? You kind of looked all around you and you said, you know what? Sometimes you don't have to just go to the place that is familiar. You get to create what that looks like. You get to come into union with yourself. You get to return to the space that feels like love. And that is where home is. And I think a lot of us have been searching for the last 3 years. Some of us moved out of the country. We moved back in country. We've moved, across the country. We've moved in all these new spots. And then we got there and we didn't feel like that was home. We're like, fuck, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. Where am I supposed to be? And Spirit is like, I need you to come into union with yourself first before I even tell you where you're supposed to make roots. Otherwise, anywhere you go won't feel like home. Yep, returning home. You guys, I can't make this up. This is actually insane. That's an 8. Transition. I'm hearing life between lifetimes, loving, welcome. I feel like by Leo season, you may see a change in your energy, whether that be your physical home or it be like you finally feel comfortable in the place that you're at, or you are in a relationship that finally feels like home. Like there's going to be like a transition or a feeling of change that ultimately connects you back to that self and that loving feel of just like, yes, this is it. I feel so at peace with myself, with who I am, with my decisions, with my journey. There's like an understanding, a consciousness that we're all kind of stepping into as a collective union. And that is what creates home. And so I feel like that's going to break out. And I've been saying this for years, like we are coming into a more tribal state of being. That means like your close friends and you are finally getting those resources together. You finally have like put together the proposal. You finally have said like, guys, there's 30 acres or there's 122 acres. We can each build a house on it. We can start our community garden. We can funnel our resources. We can start building together. This is like collaborative energy once again that I'm getting with Leo energy. Leos are always trying to take care of others. And I feel like this is like a community coming together to take care of one another, or a partnership coming together to take care of one another, and just remind you that like you come home through love. Leo energy too, like y'all, this could be a message for Leo specifically. Like y'all may have been really turbulent or shooken up. I'm hearing Taurus. This is kind of like your time to feel in a stable space, like really trusting that you deserve stability and you deserve happiness and you deserve love and support after years of feeling like you weren't getting it or that you didn't deserve it. um Skyfire 11. Okay, once again, like these numbers 3, 8, 11, those mean something to me specifically because 3, I know I'm always like, ooh, that's creative energy, that's spirit, that's like compassion, that's nurture. 44, 8, like 8, that's abundance, that's material wealth, that's like expansion energy, that's knowing, like that's intuitive knowing. 11, like that is like a master number of just being able to mirror yourself, being able to see yourself both in the spiritual and the physical realm, like understanding that both need to work together and come into alignment or union with each other. Messages, channels, information. This could also be about a partnership that, okay, there may be a person that you felt like was home from years ago, a partnership that ended badly, or just ended, and you never thought that this person would ever appear in your life again. And now all of a sudden, this person is here and they want to talk, and they want to talk about the future, and they want you back in their life. And I feel like this is like coming to you now. It's a mirrored energy. This is only for a select crowd. So if it doesn't resonate, then don't listen to this message. It could be an old friendship. It could be your father, I'm hearing. It could even be an old lover. And this person is coming to apologize. This person is coming with a message. It could be, I'm hearing an old best friend. Um, they're just coming to clear the air. I feel like this has maybe been a major blockage on your path, or this has been like just something that always comes up in your healing. It needs to be like touched every time that you're going through an intense time, or even you could be happy and you're like, damn, I just wish this person was here. Like, just that simple. I feel like this person is really coming back because they miss what home feels like or felt like, and they're realizing they've never once felt that since you've been gone or since you've left their life. Spirit right now is calling y'all to meditation with 26. That's another 8. Okay, I've been seeing a lot of 8s lately. And I feel like that is about peace, relief, sanctuary. A lot of times we don't realize that we are our own peace, and that we disrupt our peace by bringing people around us or bringing energies into our circle that we automatically don't feel connected to, or we automatically get a bad sense from, but we don't want to be mean or rude or whatever. No, Spirit is saying trust your feelings, trust your intuition. You are your sanctuary, so don't allow thieves in your space. Don't allow negative energies or negative forces to disrupt what you have created for yourself. Remember, this is home. Home is our sanctuary. Home is peace. Home is love. So if anything makes us feel like icky, or that we're not able to give or receive love, we can't necessarily have that in or around our space. Otherwise, that's going to create a disruption to what we've created. So this is a very home-centered message, and like, I don't know, this could also be like y'all in a partnership that feels like home, right? And then somebody comes and they disrupt that because they don't want you to be happy, or they see that you're happy and they want what you have. And so what do? They try to take. They try to take from you, and that disrupts your peace, which disrupts your home. So being protective right now over your home is really important. Remember, like, you build this, so you're going to protect it, just like if you had, or just like a mother bear is going to protect her cubs. Is there anything else that you want us to know about Saturn being in Pisces over the next couple of weeks? The Tree of Illumination, okay? This is also giving Virgo full moon energy. There may be some tea that is boiling hot right now that's coming forth to the collective. Truth, revelations, understanding. Maybe something that you have not been seeing clearly is coming through very clearly, and you're going to receive clarity when the moon goes new, once we step into Aries season. But that even could be being revealed right now. So Spirit is really saying tune in to your intuition, okay? Tune in to what you know is true and stay with the facts. Don't really necessarily go with your feelings, despite what your feelings may inhibit. Understand that, like, your, like, knowing oftentimes is your heart telling you what your mind isn't quite ready to hear. So yeah, I think, okay, Spirit's saying pull one more. Oh my God, 20. Okay, what does that say? This says healing the earth, love, humility, and respect. Okay, remember, respect goes both ways. Shout out Moss and Moss. But you must tune in to your self-love in order to hear and see what you may not be able to see or hear outside of, like, once again, that external validation. When you seek that, you will never be able to know truth because you are looking for someone else to tell you it. You must tune into your heart. You must tune into your self-respect, your self-love, your self-admiration, your self-preservation, because you are the one on this path who has done this work. And it is going to get dicey because obviously when we think we've done work, we're going to get tested on the work that we studied. And so as this comes in and you say, but I just want to love that person, has that person earned your self-respect? Have they earned your humility? Have they earned your love? Have they earned, the time to spend with you? That always needs to be double checked before you hirely commit yourself to something that you just don't need. I don't know if hirely is even a word, but yeah, this is really about your journey. And remember that you get to invite people on this path. So if spirit is saying it's not a match, baby, it's not a match. So be very cautious about that, but otherwise, like, expand. Know that you're ready for this next level and know that you're ready for this truth, because spirit wouldn't give it to you if you weren't. The pathway, direction, and purpose. I'm going to stop there. A lot of you already know your purpose and you already know where you're going. So spirit is just saying, just follow the light, follow the yellow brick road. All right, let's talk about the full moon in Virgo today and what those energies are going to look like until we reach the new moon. The new moon in Aries in just a couple of weeks. What should we expect for this full moon in Virgo, spirit? What do you have for the collective in terms of the full moon in Virgo? I love this energy. Look at her swimming in the water. I still have that song Swim Good like stuck in my head. Swim good right now. That song is literally like really dark and kind of sad, but look at all these birds flying in the background, taking flight and kind of showing her the way. Like, she's not following humans, she's following nature. And so spirit is saying in this Piscean energy, sometimes we can get into the depths of it all, but we always have the ability to fly. We always have the ability to come up to the surface. And you just don't need to escape, or you don't need to look further than what's already here within you and around you. A lot of you get very caught up in what other people think, and you can be very prideful. And spirit is saying, like, there's no reason to be prideful over the decisions of the life that you choose, because there's a reason that it came to you. I think sometimes you get like a little bit insecure about what you're doing, and you're like, I should look this up, or I need to double check. I need to double check something, or like you question your intuition is what I'm hearing. And spirit is saying, like, listen to your gut. Your gut knows a lot, and instead of like trying to follow what the norm is, remember that being radical is actually more normal than being modern. And what I mean by this, I actually listened to a podcast today. It's called like Ancient Medicines or something, and it was about ancient mothering. And they talked about how the etymology of the word radical is roots. And I think of a plant and how the roots are like mucky and dirty, but they're in there. And like sometimes getting your hands dirty may look to the modern world like, oh my God, I can't believe they're touching dirt. And it's like, yeah, but that dirt has a lot more history to it, has a lot more knowing to it than you'll ever know. And so you need to be comfortable getting radical, because despite what the world thinks of that, ultimately what it's doing is connecting you even deeper into your ancestry and your ancestral cells and patterns and knowing. And if you can understand that patterning, you ultimately can either break apart from it or value its lessons and its truths, because what it is sharing with you is valuable. And what it is giving is an opportunity for you to pass that necessary information down to your offspring. Sorry, I'm channeling right now, so like, I don't even use some of these words, but yeah. Don't be afraid to get radical. And it's funny because Pluto is moving into Aquarius, and Aquarius is literally all about radical. It's also ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of radical change, the planet of, you know, funky and out of the ordinary, and also paving its own path. And like, a lot of you need to pave your own path, because that 9 to 5 year working doesn't make you happy. It drains the living shit out of you, and it just is not allowing you to expand fully. And so Spirit is saying, I need this Pluto to go into Aquarius so you can actually see that what you're doing is right, and it's right because it is viewed as wrong. What do you feel? Follow what you feel. Everyone will say this is an orange and that is earth and this is an apple. But what was it before it was given that name? It was just food, and we ate it because it was good and we trusted our guts. And that is why we eat it now today. Everything is connected here, okay? Everything is connected from the external realm into the internal realm. And what you are feeling is oftentimes being played out in your reality. And so when we're going against the grain, we're doing it because there's an innate feeling of doing that, right? Like that's our root knowing that is going against the grain. And then the world tells us, girl, you know, that's crazy. You probably shouldn't do that because I just, you know, I seen something. And then you start getting in your head, Virgo full moon. And then you forget that a part of being on this earth is knowing that everything is trial and error. Everything is just putting yourself out there to be felt, to be seen, to be heard, despite of what it looks like, especially if you're doing your studies, or especially if you're trusting where you're going and understanding that you're supposed to go somewhere, right? If you just sit in one spot, you're spinning your reels, and that just, it embodes stagnancy. We're not here to be stagnant. We're here to be ever changing and ever learning and evolving. That's why humans evolve over time. Now, I don't believe in Darwin's theory of evolution, but I do believe that we do evolve. So as a human species, right? How are you evolving? How have you evolved? Maybe you need to think back to 2014 and look at that life that you lived then and look at where you are now and say, damn, I have evolved. But if I want the feeling of 2003, how can I take those tidbits on the path and integrate them into the being that I've become? So that way I can keep a little bit of this tenderness, this inner child playfulness, while also taking the lessons of being an adult, or taking the lessons of being an expansive being that loves everything and everyone and every piece of nature that is created for me, and use it to the best of my ability to be more productive and to help others and to be in service, okay? That's what Virgo wants. It wants to be in service. And so how does your feeling create or inspire you to serve another being? You know, you may see someone, like today, for instance, I was driving to work and I like looked over and I saw this homeless man, and these 2 cop cars were like surrounding him, and he was on the ground, like his hands were on his face, and he just was like this. And it's like, I literally said, I'm sending you so much love and light right now. And I don't even know this person. I don't even know what happened after that. But it felt like he just felt attacked and like shamed and guilty because of what the scenario was. And in that moment, my service to him was just that I love you and I see you. And whatever you're going through, you're going to move through it and you're going to move past it. So whatever these cops have to say to you, fuck it, right? Like they're going to shame you, but I'm going to love you because that's my job here. Spirit, is there anything else you have for this Virgo moon? Just, yeah, if you're feeling like it's time to leave a job, I'm hearing like, I want you to walk by faith and not by sight. Ooh. New birth, guarded vigilantly. 24, it's a 6. Okay, divine love. I didn't tell you, against the grain was 4. Okay, that's stability, home, Cancerian energy, tradition. Okay, 9, It's a closing of something, the end of something before you reach that 10, and so we can start something. Um, and like I said earlier, it's like a cleansing. It's like a seeing something new for the first time. Like, oh, I'm awake. I see it now. I see who I want to be now. Okay, and then that new birth guarded vigilantly. What did I say about the butterflies earlier? There's a transformation that's happening, and it's happening cosmically first. Okay, one sec. This baby's awake, so I gotta put him back to sleep. Um. So yeah, I want you to just be delicate with yourself. Be delicate with the wounds. I really notice on here how she has like cracked skin, and you can kind of see the life that she's lived. You can also see the new growth that's coming in. So be patient with this new growth, and be patient with the evolution that you are like becoming, because what you transformed out of has been difficult. It's been an experience, and it's been something that has, you know, it's shown clear wounds on you, you know, whether they're mentally embedded in you or they're actually like on your physical skin. Like, honor your beauty, honor your story, honor your existence, because you are so beautiful for the life that you've lived, and you don't have to cover anything up anymore. You don't have to make shift. You don't have to like put on a front. You know, that front is only hiding what beauty really is, and that's you. Okay. I'm going to do one last pull from Centering the Darkness. This is one of my favorite decks, and I haven't used it in a while, and I just feel called to use it for this moon because I know a lot of people may be just going through it and feeling like just being hard on themselves, like every typical Virgo. And you don't need to feel anything but love right now. Flame of Truth came out. Okay. And the Storyteller. For me, I feel like this is like very reminiscent of what I was talking about earlier. I really do believe that some of y'all are going to be coming into a truth that you may have not wanted to believe, or even just have been ignoring for a very long time. And it's going to be loud and clear now. That may come through a story that you hear, and it may be a story about something completely non-related, but somehow you put it together through this story. There's a bird outside my window right now. I feel like that's confirmation. Don't be afraid of the truth. Don't be afraid to acknowledge it, and don't be afraid to love even after it. Like this. Baby's having a hard time sleeping. Sending love and light. Hopefully this doesn't burn the house down. Yeah, I'm sending love and light to anyone that might need that right now. I'm just hearing that y'all are going through maybe even a divorce. Maybe someone just filed for divorce, or there's like just an energy of like, this just can't be it. I just know this isn't it. And I've been putting up with this for so long. And I just want to say congratulations if you're even having that recognition and just realizing like you want more for yourself and you're ready to live a different life. The courage that you are experiencing, another not, is going to bring a lot of beauty and a lot of self-love and a lot of trust for making this decision. And so I say congratulations, not to be, you know, like inconsiderate, but to be considerate and to show you that like you're worthy of more, and to say like, trust your knowing, trust your intuition. Okay, this is the bottom of the deck, and it's Zen, and it's really just about getting silent and getting quiet. And so if this world is too loud right now, I just encourage you to just go within. to turn off your social media, to turn off your phone, to get off the computer, to get off the TV, and just sit outside, be with nature, listen to the trees, listen to the wind. I've learned so much from the wind and the rain this year. I've learned so much from the rain. I think I said that, wind and rain, right? Yeah. And I've learned even more from the sun. And I've just learned how much the seasons really show us and help us navigate our emotions, because nature's going to do its thing. And we as humans are part of this nature. And when we tune into it, we tune into a new frequency of understanding that every season is not going to be a winning season, but it ultimately is a season of growth. It's ultimately a season of change. It's ultimately a season that we need to go through so we can know ourselves on a deeper level. I really feel like that's all I have now. I love you guys. I am just so excited for this new chapter for a lot of you. If you need me, I am accepting personal readings at this time. yangyinstudio at gmail is the way to contact me or reach me. I will be taking some new clients at this time, and I will be releasing some new products, in which I'm really excited about putting out there for y'all, as they're just some of my creative things that I'm working on. If you have questions, I will also post in the link in my bio, or the link down below, like yangyinstudio at gmail, for you to reach me. I love you. I hope you all have a beautiful full moon in Virgo and an even better Saturn and Pisces transit. We are in this together. Until next time.